Deep breath, energy. We're making philatelic. Well, hello and welcome to APS Stamp Chat. My name is Heidi Rhodes. Today's guest is Ted Tyszka, the host and producer of the YouTube series TED Talk Stamps. Ted began collecting in 1974 at 19 years old when a friend showed him his collection. When Ted learned about the Boston Tea Party continuous design block of 4, he was hooked. Over the ensuing decades, while other collectibles have at one time or another vied for Ted's attention and cash, from comics to depression glass and vintage paperbacks, stamps remain his #1 passion. While Ted identifies as an ostensibly world classic era collector, he's quick to share that he'll collect any stamp from any year which appeals to his eye. Today's Stamp Chat is sponsored by the APS Membership Department. When you become a member of the American Philatelic Society, you join 134 years of fellowship in the hobby. Member benefits include a subscription to the American Philatelist, access to the American Philatelic Research Library, exclusive member-only content, and the ability to both sell and buy on Stamp Store. The APS offers international, digital-only memberships, and for our collectors who are between 18 and 29 years of age, or 25 over 30 membership is just $25 a year. Visit stamps.org to join today. The American Philatelic Society, social since 1886. Building on our media-ready content, Ted Tyszka offers a comprehensive how-to presentation that can be used to enhance your digitizing your collection, support your club's outreach, and expand your ability to connect with other collectors around the world. And now for our feature presentation. Thank you, Ted. Welcome to Stamp Chat.
Hey, thank you, Heidi. And thank you to the American Philatelic Society for having me on here today. So today I'd like to go over the process of starting one's own YouTube channel in the hopes of encouraging anyone else who may be considering it to go ahead and take the plunge. Or if you haven't considered it, you might be motivated to. So why start a YouTube channel? Well, the obvious reason, share your knowledge of philately with others. There are many beginning collectors who are eager to learn about their new hobby, and they are all seeking information to help them with the enjoyment of their collection. And YouTube is a perfect platform for presenting that information because, as Heidi noted to me earlier, YouTube is the second most used search engine after Google. So there is a big audience waiting for you out there. At the same time, you'll probably learn more about your very own stamps. In preparing an episode, you'll undoubtedly have to do more research, both historical and philatelic, on the subject of that video, and you will gain a deeper understanding of your own stamps. And not everyone who comes across one of your videos will already be a collector. It may be someone with a casual interest in stamps, or is just curious about the rarest or most valuable stamps, or they may just have stumbled across a particular episode of yours while looking for some other video on that subject. Each video you post has the potential of attracting a new person to the hobby. And existing collectors may find a new area of interest to collect or to specialize in. Many collectors are content at first to simply fill spaces in their albums or stock books, blissfully unaware of things like plate blocks, line pairs, or plate number coil strips. A YouTube channel is your opportunity to introduce new horizons to these collectors. Then there's the satisfaction in being an active contributor to the hobby and playing a part in promoting philately to others. And last, and certainly really the least important, is the possibility of earning some money for your efforts. Once you've gained enough subscribers to your channel, which is currently set at 1,000, and the total number of viewing hours over the previous 52 weeks reaches a certain threshold, which is currently 4,000 hours, You can share the revenue that YouTube gets from showing ads on your channel. In all probability, it'll never be enough to allow you to quit your day job. So really, the only reason you want to do this is for the enjoyment of it. So, how do you start? First, you'll need a YouTube account. And if you have a Gmail address, you already have a YouTube account because your Gmail address sign-in is the same as that used for YouTube. If you don't have a Gmail address right now, sign up for a Gmail address, and then you will have killed two birds with one stone, as you will automatically have a YouTube sign-in. Once you have an account, you'll need to create a channel. Over the next few slides, I'll take you step by step through the easy and painless procedure. So first, log into your account, your YouTube account, and you'll be taken to your home page, which will look something like this one. It contains video recommendations based on your viewing habits. And up in the upper right-hand corner, there are two profile pictures. You want to click on the larger of the two, and that will display a menu. Oops. Where have we gone? Okay. The first item on the menu says create a channel. You click on that, and the next page says, let's get started. The next page, you have the option of creating a channel under your account name that you signed up under, or to use a custom name. In this case, I'm creating a new channel to promote my hip stamp store, so I select use a custom name. And I enter the name of my store, TA Tyska Stamps. Check off the I understand blah 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 box and then click on create. That's all there is to it. You now have your own YouTube channel. You just have to upload a profile picture, scroll down a little bit down the page and fill in a few boxes with your website address and other social media platform links like for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And the process is complete. You're ready to upload your first video. But first, you need to create some content. And for that, you'll need some basic equipment, the essential items of which you probably already have. First, of course, you need a video recording device, and anything will work, from a smartphone to a compact camera, DSLR, a dedicated video camera, or even a webcam. I use my iPhone selfie camera so I can monitor the picture and know that it's framed correctly, as I don't have a separate camera person. And then the only other essential piece of equipment you need is a video editing app. There are a number of free apps available for your phone and for your desktop computer. I prefer myself to work off my desktop computer. And the top 3 editors listed here are some of the top-rated free video editors. Now, I tried both Shotcut and VSDC, and I had issues with both of them that left me not fully satisfied with using them. I then downloaded the free trial of Movavi Voodoo Editor, the video editor, and I very quickly got the hang of it. And I'm not the most technically minded computer person, so when it's easy for me, it'll most likely be easy for you. I quickly got the hang of Movavi Video Editor. I liked its particular processes and the workflow. And if you are not averse to paying for your software, I would recommend giving Movavi a trial run. I use the next step up, the Movavi Video Editor Plus version. And here is a screenshot of what the workspace looks like. In the upper left, in this box, you load up all copies of your media files, of your video clips, the scans of the stamps you will be using, and any music that you're going to use in the soundtrack. In the bottom half is the timeline where you arrange all your video clips and your stamp images. And the way this works, you have a hierarchy where you see the long line in the center is all the video clips, and to the right in the next level up is still images. These are stamp images or other images that I'll overlay over the video while I'm talking. And whenever you put a stamp image on the top, that takes priority. So it will block out the video below it. And then the blue waveforms, you see, that is the soundtrack that was recorded. That is my talking while I recorded the video. At the beginning, you see there is no blue line. That's where I've been able to separate the video separate the sound, the audio from the video, and deleted it. And then below on the green line, that is the music soundtrack I added. So that is the introduction to the video and the opening music overlaid over that. And then in the upper right corner is the preview screen, where you can view either one of the files in your media bin to make sure that's what you want to use, or you can look at your video on the timeline and see how that looks at that particular point. Now, if you don't have a dedicated camera person, you will need a tripod. And if you already have a tripod, you may then have to get an adapter for it in order to hold your phone. An external microphone also comes in handy if you don't have the ideal room for recording in. Because if your room is not dead enough, if you have a lot of bare walls or hardwood floor, then the microphone built into the camera or your phone will pick up all the reflected sound from the walls, and your voice track ends up sounding hollow and reverberant. A directional or shotgun mic will be most sensitive to just the sound coming from the front and is much less sensitive to the reflected sound waves from the sides and the back, so your voice will have a much more natural sound. And then if you don't have adequate lighting in your video recording room, you may need to invest in some auxiliary lighting. And it doesn't have to be a fancy light stand with an umbrella like this one. It can be a simple matter of just replacing the existing light bulb in your ceiling or table lamps with high efficiency fluorescent bulbs. Now here's the setup I used with my tripod and iPhone. And I have a light stand with an umbrella that uses a 60-watt high efficiency fluorescent bulb, which is about the size of a coffee can. And it puts out the equivalent of a 500-watt flood lamp. This is what it looks like from my side of it. Then the only other equipment you might consider is a scanner and image editing software for your still pictures, though you could certainly get by with taking photos of your stamps with the same camera you're using to take the video. But I find that scanned images to create large screen-filling stamp images is best done on a scanner, because with a smartphone especially, or compact phones, compact cameras, the autofocus will tend to search and your image will go in and out of focus. So a scanner gives you the best result for just making these large screen-filling images. So now if you want to add music to your video, do not use copyrighted music. For one thing, if your channel is monetized, you will lose any ad revenues. Any ad revenues earned by that video will go to the copyright owner of the music and not to you. In addition, some artists, like the Eagles, are notorious for that, and the Beatles, just flat out refuse to allow their music to be used. And if YouTube detects it, they will just yank your video from YouTube. So then what you should use is I'm sorry, YouTube has a free audio library that you can use. So clicking on your profile picture again, and you select YouTube, and then over on the left side, you'll see the menu item, Audio Library. This library contains thousands of songs in all different styles, from hip hop to rock to folk to classical, and it's all, a lot of it is, most of it in fact is user created, uploaded by YouTube users. And you are free to use any of this music without further permission and without paying any licensing fees. So then what about monetizing your channel? That is, getting paid some of the ad revenue from your videos. Okay, going back to clicking on your profile and going to YouTube Studio, click on the monetization menu item, and you come to this page. And as I mentioned earlier, you're not eligible to monetize your channel until you have amassed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours across all of your videos over the prior 52 weeks. This part of the page highlighted here shows 2 gauges with which you can track your progress toward those 2 goals. At this point, my channel had been active for 5 months, and I had gained 600 some odd subscribers with 1,600 hours. So as you can see, it's not a real quick process to get to the monetization milestones. Other YouTube advice videos I have watched, they advise you to expect it to take about 12 to 18 months. Once you start posting videos, you'll want to see how they're doing. And for that, YouTube provides plenty of analytical tools. On your channel's dashboard, you'll find information about your latest upload. Here you can see how your latest video compares to your previous videos after the same amount of time following the upload. For example, here, my stamp loopers video, after 25 days, has gotten the most views of any of my previous videos during their first 25 days. And this chart shows you how many subscribers you've gained and the number of views and the viewing time you've gotten over the last 28 days versus the previous 28 days. In the lower part, you can see which have been your most popular videos over the past 48 hours. Now, finding your audience. Here are a few tips for optimizing your videos for visibility in the search results. First, you want to use descriptive titles for your videos with keywords. You want to avoid generic, undescriptive titles such as TED Talk Stamps, Episode 1, or TED Talk Stamps, Episode 2. You want to put the video topic in the title. If you're collecting stamps of Ukraine, put Ukraine in the title, as well as hobby words like postage stamps, stamp collecting, etc. And then you also have a stamp description, a video description that you'll need to fill out, and you want to, use enough descriptive words in there that will capture any search terms used by potential viewers. Like, for instance, here I use the words postage stamps, stamp collection, rare and valuable. Those are all common search terms for people looking for stamp videos. And then you want to create good eye-catching thumbnail pictures for your videos. These show up in the recommended list as people are watching a video. Over on the right side, there's the recommended video list, and you want to have a nice eye-catching thumbnail. So if your video shows up in the recommended list of someone who is currently watching a Graham Beck Exploring Stamps video, you'll need to catch their attention to get them to click on your video next. Sorry, Graham. YouTube's research has shown that a face draws the most attention, so I try to create thumbnails with bright, uncluttered backgrounds and a prominent face, preferably one that's on a postage stamp, not my own. And then, this is something I learned recently, is that you want to mention stamp collecting keywords prominently in your narration, because YouTube is utilizing voice recognition software to analyze the words that are being spoken in your videos, and they utilize those for searches and in recommending videos to other viewers. So make liberal use of hobby lingo such as philately, stamp collecting, postage stamps, etc. Next, you want to keep your channel focused on the subject that it's all about. If your channel is about stamp collecting, don't post videos about your trip to Paris or reviews of video games. Subscribers want to know that when they get a notification of a new video having been posted by you, that they will see a video on the subject for which they subscribed in the first place. Like when I created this stamp collecting channel, I already had an existing channel that had over 300 subscribers, but all the subject matter of those videos was, had no relation to stamps, so I didn't want to piggyback on that channel. So then you want to get the word out. Announce your video and post links to them on all the social media platforms and the stamp forums which you belong to. Bang the drum for your videos. Let the world know about your channel. In conclusion, there is a dearth of philatelic content on YouTube, I feel. I only need one hand to name all the YouTube stamp channels that I know about. So the field is wide open and ready for anybody to step in. YouTube is a very user-friendly platform for creating a channel and uploading videos. There's really nothing technical about it to prevent you from producing your own channel. And having this YouTube channel just adds another dimension of enjoyment to the hobby for you. You're engaging with other members of the stamp community, and you're giving back a little of yourself to the hobby. And that concludes my program, and I will just wish you good luck to anyone who attempts to do this, and you are free to contact me anytime for any advice you might want.
Wasn't that comprehensive, friends? You basically gave the recipe card, Ted. That was fabulous. So good. One of the first questions was about the music. So that was really cool to learn about the audio library that YouTube offers. Do you find that you use that often, or go ahead?
And it's got excellent high quality music. It's nice to listen to and well produced, good sounding. In fact, you can listen to any of my videos. That's where I get all my music, except for the Ukraine video. I wanted something that related to Ukraine. I found a separate website that had copyright-free music, and they happened to have some Ukraine folk music.
So that's a take-home right there, is to search for copyright-free. What would the term be, hon?
A public domain.
Domain.
License-free.
Public domain, license-free, and I'm putting that in our chat box. We have a question from Bob Zam. Thank you for asking your question. Ted, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today. Do you write scripts which you then read? Do you have an outline of points you want to cover, or is there another way to plan, prepare, deliver your videos?
Yes, I am not a good public speaker,
Oh,
or even
sure.
in front of a camera by myself. So I write a pretty comprehensive script, and I don't try to memorize the whole thing and make a video in one take. What I do is I'll take a small portion, a paragraph or two, and I'll pace my living room floor back and forth, memorizing that portion. And then when I finally got it down, I'll sit down in front of the camera and record it. And then when if I feel I made good with that, I'll go on to the next section, rehearse it back and forth across my living room floor, then sit down in front of the camera, record it. Yeah, or actually in the last couple of videos, what I've done is written the whole script out, and I'll mark on the script where I want to be on camera. I'm putting myself on camera less and less these days.
Why is
Because
that?
people want to look at stamps anyways. So yeah, I'll mark on the script where I'll have FaceTime, and so I will concentrate on memorizing that part, and then the parts where I know I'll be overlaying still pictures of the stamps, I'll just continue to read, but I'll just go ahead and look down at my notes and then read off the script. That way I can I can do the video in fewer takes and have longer takes and really get it done quicker.
How long does each video take for you about?
Oh, I'll start, yeah. What happens, I'll start cramming like the week before I plan on posting it. The first several videos, about the first, 10 videos, I was putting them out weekly, and I was just spending hours each day. And then my days off are Friday and Saturday, and I would spend all day at the computer rehearsing and filming. And that was getting to be too much to do that each week, because for one thing, I was neglecting my wife.
YouTube widow. Oh boy.
Yeah. So now I'm taking 2 or 3 weeks even between videos, and still I'll cram it all in the final week. So so I'll have like my 2-day weekend where I'll spend a good 8 hours each day, and a couple of hours each day before that where I'm scanning the videos that I want to feature in the slideshow, creating the slides with captions. So it's good 20 to 30 solid hours of work.
But fun, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was what was so impressive, Ted, is that you have stressed how fast, how easy this process is. So we have some people in the chat box that are saying thank you. We've got people that are working on a YouTube channel and found this extremely helpful. Ted's channel is called TED Talk Stamps. So you can go to TED Talk Stamps on YouTube and be sure to subscribe. We have a friend who is saying Creative Commons is also a good place to look for royalty-free music, and that's in the chat box, friends. Are you planning to do more unboxing videos? Unboxing is a really popular topic.
Yeah, I have probably not the next one, but probably the next one after that. So maybe another 3 weeks.
Can you guys wait for 3 weeks? They're so fun to watch. Bob Sam has another question for us. Did you receive feedback from Mystic on your video about their imprint?
No, I never did. Uh, I I don't know if I really expected it, but yeah, I haven't gotten anything. And actually, I expected more to get feedback from the TED Talks people for piggybacking off of their, I'm sure, copyrighted name, TED Talks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Every time I write your name, it's always TED Talks stamps because I'll put you in the field. But hey, has that, speaking of that, has that benefited you at all?
I don't really know.
Okay.
Uh,
and it look, so we've got many thanks, and it sounds like you're enjoying the process. What was the impetus for you to begin a YouTube channel?
Yeah, this was a few years ago. At first, I took a trip to China with my wife, and to visit her family, and all I knew about then was the podcast by the PSE people, Stamp Show Here Today. And so I downloaded a bunch of their podcasts and listened to it while I was in China. And they had mentioned there that they also, their podcast also appeared, so to speak, on YouTube. And so I checked it out when I came back home. But it turns out that their YouTube podcast is only the audio of their podcast. There's no video. You only see a still picture and just listen to them talk. And then that's when I started looking for more YouTube stamp content. And of course I found APS right away. And I don't know exactly when I found him, but I found various other videos of just people just showing their stamp album and turning pages and just, saying, this is a valuable stamp. You see a 3-cent Lincoln, from 1964, this is a rare. I said, no. So I couldn't find any regular decent stamp videos. So I said, man, I should start it. And then I somehow along the way, I came across Graham Beck's Exploring Stamps. I said, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And so watching his videos, it just kind of lit the fire under me to, you've been thinking about this for a while now, get to it.
And I like how you're encouraging other people to fill the gap that there is a place for people to produce these videos.
And this isn't a zero-sum game. If someone else starts a channel, it's not going to take away from me. People will watch both of us. They'll watch everybody. So I hope more people come into it, because it also does help me. They have videos up, and then my videos will show up in the recommendations from when people watch their videos, and it's all synergistic. Everyone will help everybody.
And I hope that everyone really heard that. It is synergistic, and sharing is caring, and that's the way it works today. So those recommendations, that's an algorithm?
Yeah, they go by, of course, views, and also the engagement of the audience. So that's when people leave comments, it's important that you comment back, reply to them. But not only is it a courtesy, but it also helps the algorithm. You responding to someone else's comment is also an engagement that YouTube measures. So the more engagement your video sees, they see that your videos are popular, and it will help in the recommendations.
And I won't answer this, but I know the answer. Tell me, so when you get replies, when you get comments, where are you seeing that? How do you access them?
Well, I just go look at the video like a normal person, and I see the comments section. Also, it gives me notifications that someone has left a comment. And although I don't like to click through the notification message, because it just pops up a window with only that comment. Just for some reason, I just feel more comfortable when I'm at the video itself and I see all the comments along with the new comment that I can reply to, sort of getting a good overview, a context of the comment in relation to all the other comments.
So we have a question. Ted, why are you wearing headphones?
Why?
Why are you wearing headphones?
I'm in a nook that's only about 6 feet wide and a few feet deep. It's a work nook that they built into the house. And using the, I have a lapel mic also that I'm using, because using the webcam mic, it's like I mentioned, having a live room where you get the reflections off the walls. There's 3 walls right here, right? It's like this webcam is inside a large coffee can. So you get that reverberation, that hollow sound. So I tried using the lapel mic instead.
It's very warm. It's got a great sound, but yes, that's why you'll have people wearing the microphones. That's why, friends, I'm not wearing.
Also, yeah, the headphones in particular, because I am getting hard of hearing, and I just wanted to make sure sound was going directly into my ears where I can understand it well, instead of trying, possibly not understanding coming out of the speakers.
Well, you sound great. When did you start your YouTube channel, Ted?
It was February 8th of this year was my first upload.
No kidding. See, friends, I hope that you're inspired. February 8th, and Ted is just shy of 1,000 subs.
So I'm estimating to have the subscribers within another month, and then the 4,000 viewing hours, I think probably maybe by the end of September.
That's a very realistic goal.
So that will have been maybe 7 or 8 months, which seems pretty reasonable to me. Because like I said, I was expecting a year to a year and a half to reach.
Well, now's really the time, as clubs can't join. This is really where the YouTube and the social media is really an opportunity for a gathering place, a watering hole, if you will. So it's a great place.
Yeah, so anyways, I'd encourage anyone listening to, on all of my videos, I put links to my Instagram, my Twitter. Twitter is where I'm most active. There's a real good stamp collecting community there, which includes Heidi, Gary Lowe from the APS, various other prominent people from the philatelic world, as well as just plain ordinary collectors like us. And so, like I said, if you have any questions, just feel free to either tweet me or direct message me on Twitter, and I'll be glad to offer any advice that I can.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ted. It was
You're
delightful,
welcome.
and you truly made it
having me.
Very easy for all of us to comprehend. And let's encourage people. Digital content is where it's at. So thank you, Mr. Tyszka, for joining us.
All right, thank you.
And to all of you for watching both live and on YouTube with the recording. Today's Stamp Chat was sponsored by the APS Membership Department. Becoming an APS member is fast and easy. Visit stamps.org and apply online. You'll have access to the American Philatelist, great learning resources, discounts on advertising, stamp insurance, and even estate planning for your philatelic collection. With a price point for every budget, the American Philatelic Society is dedicated to promoting the hobby and making it accessible to all. All ages and interest levels are encouraged to join and become part of 134 years of fellowship. Connect, collect, join the APS, visit stamps.org and become a member today. For more Stamp Chats, including media-ready videos like the one that we saw today by Ted Tyszka, and videos by James Gavin, the digital philatelist, and Graham Beck of Exploring Stamps, visit and subscribe to APS YouTube channel, where you can find over 60 presentations. You can use the comment box to share your thoughts and field your inquiries. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next Stamp Chat. Until then, connect, collect, and visit stamps.org to become a member today. Thank you all so much. Thank you.